Okay. Morning, ladies and germs. Thought I'd do a little garden walking about this morning. I need finally going to chop a couple of cabbage heads off, so to speak. Look at that. Look at those tomatoes. Aren't they gorgeous? Despite the aphids. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Those are pretty. No aphids on that plant. At least not that I can see. Alright. Let's do a few cabbages here. Let's see, where can I put this? Oh, this looks good. We'll try this. Ugh. That was a bucket. I'm using a bucket to put the camera on. We'll see if this works. Just for the heck of it. Ooh, oh, that's how that goes. Well, it's always good. There we go. See us? Yeah, that's good. Finally going to hopefully get some homemade sauerkraut from homegrown cabbages. Oh my word. These are not small cabbages, I'll have you know. Let's see if I can find the bottom of this monster. There it is. There she be. Sounds like I'm sawing a log. Might need to take a chainsaw to it. There we go. All right. This is cabbage number 1. How's that look? Huh? That's a nice cabbage. Don't know how it'll look after I get it processed. You know, all these outer leaves are going to come off. This is the bit that will be the chopped up for sauerkraut, just the head. Feels nice and firm. Don't know how much I'm actually going to get out of it, but I can always use those leaves for stuffed cabbage leaves, I suppose. Let's see, I'll take that one. And that one, no, not that one. That one feels ready, nice and firm. And long before it tries to split on me. Although that said, this is only the second time I've ever grown cabbages. Alright. Goodness gracious. That's a big bugger. Whee! That's cabbage number 2. Is that pretty or what? You betcha. I'm going to take one more. And that's going to be cabbages for today. This one, a little bit. I think this one might be ready, although it's, yeah, take him. I need this bed cleared. This is where the chicks are going to go eventually. There we go. Yeah, that was not very heavy. It's also got some slimy, icky stuff on it. That's okay. Twill do. Right-ho. And I've got beets in there. See if any of them are doing anything. Oh, yeah, they might can pull a few, but I don't think I'm going to try growing beets with cabbages again. That was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. They're making some roots. Carrots look pretty. Show you what I mean. See? And the carrots look nice. Oh, and my one little red cabbage. I just planted the one. And the onions, I'm starting to pull them and let them cure. You see most of them gone over. I still have a few huge ones that are still working on making bulbs. And we have already started getting some squash out. The squash is all under screening because of our squash vine borer problem. But we've had a few out from in there. And of course the cabbages are screened in because of the cabbage moths, which lay eggs, which turn into little cabbage loopers. We don't want that because then we'll have to spray. And anything that is less work is good in my book. Well, less work and more organic. A little bit of both. So we'll put these back up so we don't have any moths saying, "Ooh, look at that. That looks like a good place to lay my eggs." I don't know what, sweetie. And yes, I am wearing Crocs because Crocs are a great thing to wear in the garden. And plastic, which I don't approve of, but plastic's got its place. And Crocs is one of them. Alright? See what else we got out here. Oopsie daisy. And we got peppers. This is kind of the overflow pepper garden here. With the, I think that's 7-gallon pots. And I'm trying to grow sweet potatoes in a pot, which we'll see how that goes. And this is our volunteer peach tree. I've got little bags over some of the peaches to try to ward off, you know, little pests and things. We'll see how those taste. If they don't taste good, there's really no sense in keeping the tree. We'll just have to see how it goes. Compost garden there. And Sunny's strawberries, ever-bearing strawberries. We've had a few off these. You know, it's not that many plants, so it's basically just a few strawberries to eat out of hand every now and then. And Maine pepper plants. Got a few little peppers coming on in there. See, there's a little pepper right there. That's a pretty little thing. Sweet pepper, and this is a sweet pepper too. Those over in the pots are all jalapenos with a couple of Anaheims, I think. And this is Alabama red okra, finally starting to grow a little bit. Although it's taking it so long. The next time I do this, I think I'm going to see what I can plant between them, because that's a lot of wasted space. And the tomato patch. Ooh. Look at that. We're going to be covered up in tomatoes if everything keeps on like it is. Let's see. This is one of my paste tomatoes here. I don't... yeah. Oh, that's nice. They're all dead. I like dead aphids. Dead aphids are a good thing. I've been spraying with something called Flying Skull Nukem, which is supposed to be organic. Yeah, seems to have done the job. Supposed to do one more spray on these things, and then we'll see if they come back. Ooh, tomato. And more tomatoes, although it looks like I'm going to have problems with cat facing. And I did have to pull a couple off already for blossom end rot, which isn't surprising. The first tomatoes of the season pretty much always has something like that going on. Let's see what we got over here. These are my Blue Lake bush beans, which are under screening to keep the kudzu bugs away. I was real iffy about this because it's like, don't they need pollinators? But I did a little bit of research, and supposedly they're self-fertile, and I do see. I'm not sure if I can sort of kind of see it through there. Let's see. There are some baby beans, so apparently this is going to work, which surprises me no end. Let's see. Blackberries. We got blackberries coming on. Look at that. Look at those blackberries. That's nice. You betcha. More blackberries. And this is a primo cane here, which will be next year's blackberries. And this is a loofah, which my understanding is you can eat them when they're small. They stamp them when they're small. We'll see. We'll see. Supposedly treated as a summer squash. And there's a few more loofahs down here. There's another couple of loofahs. Right-ho. My lone raspberry plant that made it. Although we'll see, it may have it might have raspberries next year. I'll plant a couple more raspberries on it, and we'll see. And we'll just do a slow pan around the garden. There she be. All right. So that's today's garden tour. It is Saturday, I believe, June something or other. You don't keep up with days much once you stop working outside the home. We can do a real short flower walkabout. See what's going on here. Alrighty, swing around. There we go. And that's silly Memphis cat. Here's our few daylilies here. And those are knockout roses, which need to be cut back, but there you go. And I also need to cut the grass. And this is what I call, that's Sunny's scaffold. It's just taking up space at the moment. It'll be useful eventually. Walk over to what we call the copse. The hostas are doing very nicely. This monster here, I believe, is Great Expectations, and that monster there, right behind him, is Empress Wu. Most of these, I think this one is stained glass. Most of these I have forgotten the names to, and of course I've lost the tag, so they're just hosta number 1 and number 2, and 3 and 4 and 5, and so on. And here's a few more over here, and of course Japanese fern, which spreads like wildfire. I bought some more, and I really don't know why. I could just split that up. I need to do some weeding. Japanese forest grass, another hosta of some sort. I have no idea what it is. I just planted this last year. This is a oak leaf hydrangea, and that, I know that one. That one is Blue Angel. And again, this I have no idea. Something. This is Tricertus, also known as toad lily. It's shady here. I have to plant what I'll do in the shade. Ellie! You are not supposed to be using this for a litter box. Silly cat. I guess I need to put some new stuff down, but he'll just use it for a litter box. My dahlias. Oops, I got a broken stem. I need to stake these things. That's one of those things that, oh, well, that's quite all right. I'll just take it inside and stick it in some water. More unknown hostas in lungwort and brunera right there. Southern maidenhair. That's almost as bad or good, depending on your point of view, as a Japanese fern. More, oh wait, these are stained glass. These in the front, the light green ones. And these are some. Let me walk around the bird feeder. These are some I planted not too long. And I got me some water plants here recently. They're all sitting in there. And you know what? This morning I saw something. I swear it was a tadpole. I swear it was a tiny little, well, tiny, inch-long tadpole. It looked just like a tadpole. So there may be tadpoles in there, which is a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. All right, that's probably enough for this morning. I guess I'll see y'all next time. Toodaloo!